Good morning, I'm Dina Carroll. It's 8:43. Key 103 has the most music for your morning and your work day, and furry friends joining us in the studio. Thanks to the Frederick keys, go to bit.ly/Frederick Baseball, and you can get all sorts of information about the teams that you love so very much. So Bethany, tell us all about Boulder, who's in studio.
Boulder is one of our many terrier mixes that we have on the adoption floor right now, but he is the youngest dog that we have on the floor right now, at about 5 to 7 months old. He is a handsome guy with a great brindling white coat, and he's just got these like soulful eyes, and these floppy ears, and he's just like all puppy. You know, he has a lot of potential. He has a lot of great qualities. He's very friendly. He's affectionate and playful. He does well with other dogs. But like any puppy, he has some things he needs to work on, right? You know, we've been working on sit, but he needs to learn polite greetings. Like, don't jump up on people. He needs to obviously be house trained and work on those things, which are hard to do in a shelter environment.
I don't hear any barking though.
He's pretty quiet. When he wants attention in his kennel, he'll let you know that he wants some attention.
Okay.
But
how did you acquire Boulder?
Strays, like many of the things that roll in, and you know, he is you know, he's had some interest, but then the applications fall off. So we thought it would be a good idea to kind of showcase him. A lot of people are looking for younger dogs, and he is the youngest one on the floor. So like he has some things already going on, but for the most part, you know, he's a blank slate, you know, for his new family to train him and teach him, and he is very treat motivated.
He sure is.
You know, when they're treat motivated, they can learn a lot more quickly. So
yes. Now, are there any restrictions health-wise, or what families would be a good fit for Boulder?
So we don't have any restrictions in terms of you know, his health and things like that. But he is recommended for kids that are older, just older children.
Sure.
So we're talking, you know, not toddlers and things like that, because he is a younger dog who is jumping up. He's a little mouthy right now, things like that. In petting sessions, he can get a little over-aroused and overstimulated. And so we're just trying to avoid these situations where children would get hurt and things like that. Especially since he's still a mouthy puppy. He's learning what he can and can't put his mouth on. We want to make sure that he's not going to bite any, you know, 2-year-old fingers and things like that.
Right, thinking that it's okay. It's not okay.
So, you know, a lot of people ask about those restrictions, and it is a sliding scale. It's not a hard and fast rule, but those are things that are meant for the safety of the people in the family. It's not us trying to be difficult. We want to make sure it's going to be a good fit.
And it's not necessarily, certainly not in this case, a strike against the animal. The animal hasn't done anything. No. It's just a preventative measure.
Yeah, and sometimes it's because the animals have been in a household where they live with those types of children or situations or other animals, and we know that they don't like them.
Sure.
So we're just following up so that they don't have another stay in the shelter, things like that.
Absolutely. So furry friends, you can see Boulder right now. He's Facebook Live. Go to the Key 103 Facebook page, and if you go to visitfcac.as.me, you can make an appointment and maybe even take Boulder home with you. Now, Bethany, I want to touch on real quick that there's an event coming up this Saturday in order to benefit the shelter.
That's right. So Focus, which is our sister nonprofit group, they have been helping us with fundraising for our building renovation plan. Obviously, the county is providing some funds, but they're supplementing to make sure we can get the facility that is going to be the best and most useful moving forward into the future. So they're hosting a gala. There's going to be food from Dutch's daughter. There's going to be silent auctions, speakers, things to kind of learn about what the renovations are going to encompass. And that is going to be, tickets are still available. The easiest way, I think, to get there is to go to the Focus website, which is ffocas.org. And you can redirect to the Eventbrite site to buy your tickets.
Yeah, and the event is actually being held this Saturday from 6:30 to 10:30 at Dutch's daughter. You can take Boulder home, who's our furry friend this morning with Key 103.
Oh, it's a good boy. Oh.